there's one thing that you can't escape this crypto cycle, and that of course has been meme coins. They're everywhere, and if you play the game right, they can be consistently profitable due to their high volatility. Now let's be clear, this does not mean they are great long-term holds like Bitcoin, but if you like flipping coins for profits, for consistent profits, then they can be used as a vehicle to book daily returns, either through longing or shorting these coins. So in this video, let's look at how to make $100 a day trading memes on a great platform called Bitunix. And to sum up why I recommend Bitunix as an exchange, there are two key points. One is no KYC, which means you can come over here and just enjoy your privacy. You don't need a VPN, just deposit crypto and start trading with deep liquidity. Two, leverage, which means that you can margin trade futures, taking long and short bets on the market. They also have spot markets. We're going to cover that too. Now, before we jump in though, remember that meme coins are volatile and leverage increases your risk. So of course, never trade with more than you can afford to lose, and start with low leverage, especially if you're not very familiar with how to use it. So to get started, first you need to make a Bitunix account and deposit funds, which is actually a super simple process because as long as you're not on-ramping from fiat, there's no KYC. You can do fiat on-ramps, then you'll have to do KYC. But if you already have a fiat on-ramp, just deposit some stable coins over on Bitunix and off you go. So click where it says sign up. You'll need to enter an email address, password, all the usual stuff, enter the verification security code that you get sent, and then you'll be set up with a trading account. It's actually super easy and super quick to get started. Remember to enable two-factor authentication for extra security. By the way, there's a link down below where you can sign up to Bitunix right now. That link will also give you some insane bonuses. There's a 20% deposit rebate going on right now. So you deposit $1,000, you get $200 back, which is totally freaking nuts. And when you actually start doing some good volume on trading, doing some serious trading over on Bitunix, you can actually win up to 100 million Pepe coins. That's insane. This is a limited time offer, so click on that link down below and start your account today. So once you've got your account set up, you actually need to transfer funds into your account. So click on deposit under the wallet icon, select the coin you want to transfer. So you might want to send over USDT, for example. So make sure you're on the right network. The network you receive must be the same as the network that you send on, okay? And then you'll get a wallet address to use as the destination for your transfer. Now, with your funds in the account, we're going to look at 3 different Bitunix listed coins. 2 of them are meme coins. 1 of them is not a meme coin, but just some good examples here for you about how to open up different kinds of trades, okay? So let's try and pick up on some useful chart patterns along the way as well. So first, let's do a spot buy of the Giga meme coin. So the easiest kind of trade is buying and selling on spot. And honestly, if you're not familiar with trading at all, this is really where you should be starting. Don't go to leverage until you can trade on spot. So spot trading just means no leverage. You just buy low and sell high. There's a lot less risk here. You can't get liquidated, but potential gains, of course, are lower too. So for example, to make $100 off of a 10% price move, you need to be holding a $1,000 position, which is not so crazy. You can do that. But then that's where meme coins are very interesting because they're so volatile. If you time them right, you can put in some very big price swings on very short time frames. So you don't necessarily need to have that leverage in. Just adds more risk. So we're gonna buy the Solana token Giga Chad, right? And if you're wondering who the guy in the token picture is, that's the dude from the famous Giga Chad meme, which has been around for way longer than the coin, by the way, dating back to 2017. We love to take these old internet memes and turn them into multi-million-dollar meme coins. Anyway, and if you still don't know who that is, then congratulations on not being terminally online. Anyway, this is a good meme to trade though, because it's got enough volume and enough attention, okay? People like it. So first, you need to click on spot and search for the Giga USDT pair and place either a market or a limit order. A market order executes there and then at the best market price, while a limit order executes at a particular price that you set. So you can place an order at wherever you think is the, for example, best entry or best exit point. Okay, but that raises a question. Well, how do you know where the entry and exit points are, Lark? That goes into a whole deep thing on technical analysis. And in this case, you can see the left of the chart was in a descending bearish pattern. It's making lower lows and lower highs. So I wouldn't want to have entered a spot position during this period. You want to wait for the trend to reverse. But then after it starts making a higher low, the trend changes and it starts ascending. So that pivot to a higher low would be a good entry point. Also, there's a relatively clear level of support that it then started bouncing off of, but which it then broke below later on. So you do need to learn a bit about how to read charts. Basic stuff can really go a long way. A lot of people tend to overcomplicate it, but simple stuff like support and resistance levels, knowing how to identify a downtrend or an uptrend starting. So anyway, we can look here for a trend reversal using those as some entry points, and take note also of the price breaking through and then retesting key levels. Next though, we're going to go long on the Pepe coin. So this means trading futures. So we're going to be using margin trading with leverage. We'll have our own funds, and then we're going to borrow more funds to add to the position, meaning that we're multiplying our gains, but we're also multiplying our risk. So you have to be careful, because those losses will get ramped up in the same way that your gains get ramped up. Okay? A major warning here: if the price moves against you too much, you will get liquidated, meaning that you lose your entire position, which is why, of course, you generally want to use stop losses. Okay? Use stop losses. They are your friend. So to see how this works, we're going to trade Pepe. Pepe is a major meme coin with like a $10 billion market cap. Very, very popular frog coin. This Pepe the Frog is a character originally designed by an artist called Matt Fury. So to margin trade, transfer funds across to your margin account by going over to your asset overview and clicking on transfer. Then you can actually move assets across to the USDTM account, which is for margin trading. Then you click on futures, and then you search for Pepe, which is actually listed under 1,000 Pepe, because each tradable unit of Pepe represents a bundle of 1,000 Pepe tokens, because one Pepe token is so tiny in price that they bundle them together like this. So when you place a trade here, it's safest to switch margin mode from cross margin to isolated. This keeps all of your trades separate from one another. Okay, so you will only lose what you have on this trade. Cross margin opens you up to lose everything you have on your portfolio, okay, if you get liquidated across the board, okay? It can, of course, also help you increase the amount of margin available, meaning that your liquidation price is much lower, but again, you're taking bigger risks, and you probably wouldn't want to be doing that. It's a very advanced technique to be using cross margin. You want to have an isolated margin position to keep the risks lower. By the way, same as with spot orders, you can place a market order or a limit order. Just as with spot, set how much you want to spend. And this time you also adjust the slider at the top to set your leverage. Now you can set this all the way up to 50x on Pepe, but this amount is very risky because if the price moves down by 2%, you get liquidated. So start with something lower. Try 2x or 3x or maybe 5x, right? That's a good level to stick around most of the time for really most traders, to be honest. You don't need that much leverage. You don't need 50 or 100x. You can check your estimated liquidation price and then also click on Buy TPSL. TP means take profit. So when this level is hit, the position will automatically close, locking in those profits for you. On the other hand, SL is stop loss, meaning a price at which to automatically close the position when you're in a loss. This means locking in the loss, but also it can mean protecting against the liquidation. So you minimize your losses if you set it above, of course, the liquidation price. Also, when your coin starts moving up, you can move your stop loss up and into profits so that if the price goes against you, you get stopped out in profit and make money. Keep in mind, though, that memes are extremely volatile, so you don't want to have the stop loss set too tight, or you might get stopped out too easily on a quick wick down. Now, as for useful chart patterns, you can see what looks like a bull flag here from which price broke out to the upside. Then when the price fell again, it tested the bottom of the pennant before moving up again, at which point the move was played out. So a good entry here can be as the price is breaking out of a pennant with a stop loss below the bottom of the pennant area. And you can see in this case that a stop loss set too tight would have closed the trade and missed out on the upside that followed. Now for the take profit, you can use the length of the flagpole here as an estimate of where the price might actually reach from the breakout point. Okay, with trading short-term trends, you want to look at taking profits quickly and mercilessly, okay? It's not whole cycle hold investment kind of stuff. And so you set that take profit just a little below the breakout point there. And of course, by the way, TA is much easier when looking at a chart retrospectively, so don't expect these patterns to play out smoothly every time. In fact, they don't often. That's why we have risk management, and it's so important to be using stop losses, to not be risking too much in any one given trade, all this kind of stuff. Not be using too much leverage. There will be trades where the move does not unfold as you hoped it would. So make sure you aren't risking your whole portfolio. Use those stop losses, guys. Do not over leverage. I know I'm repeating that, but it's worth repeating, okay? Finally, let's go short on Magic Eden. So Magic Eden is not technically a meme coin, but I think it's a good example for what we have today. So this means we're betting on the price going down, again, using leverage and the ME token. Now, this is a very new token from the NFT exchange Magic Eden. So again, it's not a meme coin, but it certainly had some meme coin-like volatility in the early days of its launch. Another great point about Bitunix, of course, is that you can trade meme coins, but you can also trade loads of regular altcoins. They're often very early to list all the hot new altcoins when they come out, but also tokens that fall somewhere in between, like Magic Eden. So to open a short position, it's just like opening up a long position, except you need to flip everything in reverse. So you need to click on sell TPSL. You need to set your take profit price, so your price target at a point below your entry. So if you enter at $5, you want to sell at $3, for example, and you set your stop loss above your entry point. If you enter at $5, you want to set your stop loss at $6, because in a short position, you profit when the price goes down and you lose money when the price goes up. And with that done, we click on open short. Once you've opened a position, you can monitor it under the price chart, and you can also make adjustments there to close it manually. And you can make adjustments using the position markers over on the chart as well. As for chart patterns, we really don't have a lot to go on here because this is such a new coin, but it's in a descending structure currently. So we'd be looking to form a bottom before we talk about a reversal. It's an airdrop coin, by the way, and airdrop coins often, not always, look at Hyperliquid, that just went up only, but often you see airdrop coins dumping pretty heavily in the first days. So taking a short position might be an interesting thing to do in that scenario. Also, though, with very new tokens, you need to look at factors other than technical analysis, check the community attention, check the sentiment, find out if there are any bullish catalysts coming up, all this kind of stuff. Remember that on low market cap tokens, new announcements can instantly have a big effect on prices as well. And it doesn't take too much demand to move the price in the opposite direction, up. But at the same time, prices can crash if an early buyer with some big size decides to take a profit, or if a big whale who got a huge amount of the airdrop decides to dump all their coins and market sell it all at the same time. That's all part of how these meme coins and new coins work. It's a bumpy ride, but with plenty of trading potential every day. So have fun, and I hope that you have a very profitable journey.